Hello my dear students, welcome back. So in the last class we have discussed about the parameters of the sine wave. So periodic analog signal we have been in the discussion. There we have already discussed about frequency, phase and wavelength. So let's continue the same topic and I have to move for frequency domain and time domain. So wavelength is one of the characteristic of a periodic analog signal, that is a sine wave. If I consider wavelength is a signal, or wavelength is a characteristic which binds the period or the frequency. Fine. So that can be represented with the distance between peak to peak distance of the sine wave that you have seen in the last class. Okay. So how to calculate the wavelength? For that there is a formula, so that is represented by lambda. You can see wavelength is equals to propagation speed, okay, means that propagation speed of the wave or signal into period, or you can write the wavelength formula like propagation speed divided by frequency, that is wavelength. Okay, so one wavelength they are given. No, it is not that important right now, just to understand the concept of wavelength. So if you see the diagram like this is a wavelength of the sine wave. Okay, so they have shown direction of propagation also and time, transmission medium and all. Fine. So now it's time to discuss about time domain and the frequency domain. Okay, the sine wave can be plotted by two waves, or simple sine wave or periodic analog signal can be drawn by the one of two ways, that is time domain and the frequency domain. What is time domain now? Time domain is the one you are seeing the first wave. Okay, this one. Okay, here the sine wave is represented with the time axis. Okay, here you can measure peak amplitude or peak value or peak amplitude, and you can get the frequency based on the time period you are having now. So what is the frequency of the first wave you are seeing now? 6 hertz frequency is there, means in a 1 second the waves are 6, means 6 hertz frequency is there for this diagram. The same diagram or same plot can be drawn with only two values, that is peak amplitude and with the frequency. In the horizontal axis what we have to take? Frequency, that is known as frequency domain. The same can be drawn, you can see only there is a peak amplitude representation with a spike, okay, and with the frequency in the horizontal axis. See, in the above wave frequency is 6 hertz, so the same wave can be drawn frequency in the horizontal axis with the numbers of frequency, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 hertz I have to take. What is the peak amplitude value? 5 volt. So that 5 volt you can represent. To represent this 6 hertz frequency, just you need one spike in a frequency domain. Just you need to draw one spike in a frequency domain. That is enough to understand the characteristic of the wave. What we have to do? We have to draw for a peak value, that is peak amplitude, and we have to draw one spike for the frequency. Okay, 6 hertz is there. At the 6th point you can draw one vertical line, and from the peak amplitude value you draw dotted horizontal line. That becomes your wave plot, that is frequency domain plot you can call. So this is about time domain and the frequency domain. So you can see a complete sine wave in the time domain can be represented by one single spike in the frequency domain, that I have shown, right? The above wave which is having number of continuous lines, right? Sine wave is there, oscillations are shown, right? But below only one spike can be represent the same waveform of the above, correct? So that is what the difference between time domain and the frequency domain. Okay, any complete or any sine wave or any number of frequency, maybe 6 hertz, 7 hertz, 8 hertz, megahertz, kilohertz, whatever, the same wave can be plotted with a single spike in the frequency domain. Okay, the frequency domain is more compact and useful when we are dealing with more than one sine wave. So if you are having more than one sine wave, that time it is very easy to plot a waveform with a frequency domain than time domain. Okay, I will show you how to draw frequency domain with more than one sine waves. It is in the next slide. You can see now. So here the diagram is showing time domain representation of three sine waves. Three sine waves are there, you are seeing now. One is represented with the pink colored, one is green colored, one is blue colored lines are there. Okay, frequencies are given 0 frequency, 8 and 16 are there. The same plot can be drawn with the frequency domain. You can see on the right side. Okay, waveform B, you can see that is frequency domain. Blue, for blue wave in the first sine wave of diagram A, the peak amplitude is 15. So 15 is drawn with the one spike. Okay, and the pink waveform is given, right? What is the peak amplitude value of that? That is 10. You can draw 10. And what is the frequencies? Frequency is 8 hertz. So I have to draw 8 hertz one spike. Similarly for 16 also. So this is a representation of frequency domain of three sine waves, and this is a representation of time domain of three sine waves. This is all about time domain and the frequency domain. Okay, fine. So now we have to discuss about composite signal. It is not written, but you just listen to my words. Composite signals are nothing but it is a composition of multiple sine waves that we call composite sine wave. This is given by, this composite signal is given by scientist Fourier. But what the difference is, sine waves are more or multiple sine waves are there with different amplitude, different phase and different frequencies. More than one sine waves or multiple sine waves with different amplitude, different frequency and different phase, that we call it as composite signal. Okay, so now if to communicate or in the data communication, if you send the signal, that is not useful. The signal is useful when signal is carrying a information. If the simple signal is sending, that signal is not useful, it is useless. So signal must have to carry information along with it, then only signal is useful in the data communication. Okay, you see now, first point, a single frequency sine wave is not useful in a data communication. Single frequency sine wave is not useful. Why? It is not containing any information. Okay, so that second point, you see, we need to send composite signal. What is composite signal? Composite signal is nothing but a signal having more than one waves or one signal, or many signals are composed together and become a composite signal. Why it has to composite? Because one signal is carrier, one signal is information, so that becomes a composite. So in a data communication we need to use composite signal, a signal made up of many simple sine waves. According to Fourier analysis, any composite signal is a combination of, that I have already told, simple sine waves with a different frequency, different amplitude and different phases. Okay, there are two types of composite signals. Composite signal may be periodic and composite signal may be non-periodic. That you know what is periodic and what is non-periodic. Okay, that in the previous class I have explained what is periodic analog signal, periodic digital signal and all. So if the first point you see now, if the composite signal is periodic, okay, if you decompose means split the signal. Okay, if the composite signal is periodic, the decomposition gives series of signals with a discrete frequency. Okay, if the signal is composite periodic, then if you decompose it, you will get series of signals but discrete values or discrete frequencies you will get. If the composite signal is non-periodic, okay, if you decompose it, or the decomposition gives the combination of sine waves with continuous frequencies. Okay, this is all about composite signals periodically and non-periodically. You can see now, I think diagram is given, right? Okay, it is a composite periodic signal. So if you see here, the total is sine wave. Okay, total wave you are seeing now. The bigger one wave is also sine wave, but which is having many sine waves within it. So this is known as composite periodic signal. If I split, I will get discrete, okay, discrete frequencies, series of discrete frequencies I will get. Fine. You see the already seen figure shows a periodic composite signal with a frequency f. This type of a signal is not typical of those found in data communication. We can consider it to be 3 alarm systems, each with the different frequencies. Means we have to consider that the signal is used for 3 alarm systems, each with different frequency, because we cannot directly find this kind of signals in data communication, so that they are taking the example of alarm systems. The analysis of this signal can give us a good understanding of how to decompose signals. So decomposition also given, okay, with the dotted lines. So if you split the composite periodic signal, what you will get? You will get discrete frequencies of series, or series of discrete frequencies. One more you will see. So it having periodic signals with the time domain and the frequency domain. So there are 4 waves are there actually, okay, 4 sine waves are there. Altogether I can call composite signal. I have told that composite signal is nothing but it is a combination of sine waves with a different frequency, different amplitude and different phase. So in this first waveform, it is a time domain. It is composed of 4 sine waves. So that composite signal, each are having different frequency, each are having different amplitude. Okay, that so the same can be drawn with a frequency domain, as you can see below. Fine. Amplitude is drawn with the colored lines. F, 3f, 9f means frequency. F, 3f, this is the frequency of the blue colored sine wave. 9f is the frequency of a black colored sine wave. This is the plotting of time domain and frequency domain of the composite signal. Fine. Okay, one more diagram you can see, which is non-periodic composite signal. This diagram is periodic composite signal, and this is also. And now you are seeing this is a non-periodic. That you know, non-periodic means which is not retaining any particular pattern. Periodic means there is a particular pattern of the waveform. So non-periodic doesn't having any particular pattern. So that is you are seeing now. Time domain, you can see if this is a composite signal of like this time domain, the frequency domain can be drawn like this, because 2 extremes can be drawn for 0 and 4 kilohertz. So that becomes frequency domain plot. Okay, fine. So one more characteristic we have to discuss right here, which is important: bandwidth. Bandwidth is nothing but, if it is a composite signal, bandwidth is nothing but it is a difference between 2 extreme frequencies, or it is a difference between highest frequency and lowest frequency. That is known as bandwidth. That is the range. Okay, in a composite signal, it is a difference between highest and the lowest frequencies contained in the signal, that you can see right here. So here, what is the highest frequency of this signal? Highest frequency is 5000 hertz. Okay, 5000 hertz. Okay, what is the lowest frequency? 1000 hertz. So 5000 minus 1000, you will get 4000 hertz. So what is the bandwidth now? Bandwidth is 4000 hertz for this signal. Okay, for this periodic signal, bandwidth is what? 4000 hertz, because it is a difference between highest and lowest frequency. And below also it is a bandwidth of non-periodic signal. You will get the same bandwidth for a periodic and non-periodic, because it is a difference between highest and lowest. Again, highest frequency is 5000 hertz and lowest is 1000 hertz. If you minus that, you will get 4000 hertz. This is the bandwidth. Okay, one example you can see for the bandwidth. If a periodic signal is decomposed into 5 sine waves, they are giving 5 sine waves and they are giving frequencies also. What are the frequencies? 100, 300, 500, 700 and 900 hertz. Okay, then they are asking you what is the bandwidth. Bandwidth, you know, okay, highest minus lowest. If you do, you will get the bandwidth. Obviously, what is the lowest frequency in the given signal? 100 hertz. What is the highest frequency in the given signal? That is 900 hertz. 900 minus 100, what you will get? 800 hertz. Okay, if you draw spectrum for this, you will get the spectrum like this. Okay, this is the spectrum. Fine, means frequency domain drawing you can draw, that becomes spectrum. 100, 300, 500, 700, amplitude all are same, so that all are having same height. So this is a bandwidth spectrum. Hope you got the idea of bandwidth. Now one more example. A periodic signal has a bandwidth of 20 Hz. Now they are given bandwidth. Bandwidth they have already given. And the highest frequency is also given, that is 60 Hz. What is the lowest frequency they have asked? If you know the formula, that is highest frequency bandwidth equal to highest minus lowest. So from that formula you can convert into to find lowest frequency or also to find the highest frequency. Correct? So now solution is also given. Let FH means highest frequency, FL means lowest frequency, B means bandwidth. So bandwidth equals to FH minus FL, which is equals to bandwidth is given 20, 60 minus F1. If you take that side, what you will get? FL equals to 60 minus 20, that is 40 Hertz. What is 40 Hertz? 40 Hertz is lowest frequency. Okay, so now if you want to tally, you can do 60 minus 40, that you will get 60 minus 40, that is 20. 20 is the bandwidth, that is already given. Fine, this is the spectrum for that. Spectrum means whatever the frequency they have given, 20, 40 and 60, for that we have to draw the spectrum. If you draw, that seems like this. Fine, this is all about the bandwidth. The same bandwidth example you can use for non-periodic also, you can try. So this one I will explain, the next one you can try. Nothing is there, that is very simple is there. Fourier analysis is not necessary to you. So now, okay, see this example. A non-periodic composite signal has a bandwidth of 200 kilohertz bandwidth is there. With the middle frequency they have given 140, bandwidth they have given 200, middle also they have given 140 kilohertz, and the peak amplitude also given 20 volt. The two extreme frequencies have to have an amplitude of 0. Extreme frequency having amplitude 0 means highest and lowest will be plotted to 0th line. Okay, that becomes a two extreme frequency of 0 amplitude. Amplitude is 0 means height is negligible. So that diagram appears like this. Okay, 40 to 240, 200 and 140 they have given. Okay, 140 means what? That is a middle one. Bandwidth total 200 you have to draw, and you know the 140. If you draw 140 in between 200 bandwidth, that is appearing like this. That is lowest frequency will get, highest frequency will get, that is 40 is the lowest frequency, 240 is the highest frequency. If you minus 240 by 40, you will get 200, right? 200 is the bandwidth which is given. Obviously, see, 200 is given. So middle frequency 140. This is how you can analyze the bandwidth for non-periodic signal. Okay, fine. Fourier analysis is not there for you. This is all about time domain, frequency domain and the bandwidth. Fine. In the next class we'll discuss about digital signals. Fine. Thank you.